Two guests are two producers currently filming a documentary about an all-minority girls robotic team from George Carver High School here in Philadelphia. Here they are, Deirdre McCullagh and Carmen Cruz. Ladies, how are you?
Good, thanks.
All right. I'm doing great, actually. A little sweating a little bit, but it's a little humid here, but I'm fine. All right, so I just want people to get a sense of who you two ladies are, so I guess we can start with you, Deirdre. Sure. So who are you and what do you do currently?
So, I'm Deirdre. My role in this is a producer. I kind of have been wanting to do a documentary about minority women in STEM for a long time.
Okay.
I was researching online and kind of came across the Gear Girls, which are called, which is the title of our documentary, and reached out to the high school there, and they were all for it. Got the Philadelphia School District on board, got the girls excited, and kind of brought in really talented people around me. So yeah, I've been doing film for a while, both behind the scenes and in front of the camera. So this role I'm just taking is purely producing role.
All right, great. Carmen?
I actually worked with Deirdre on two other projects that she produced, and I was talent, and they were phenomenal. I went back and worked on another project with her, and when I saw that she was doing a documentary on the Gear Girls, I reached out to her to do voiceover, because I do voiceover also professionally.
Okay.
And she saw enough talent in me from previous work to take a more pivotal role. And as an extension of her, I am also a producer for the documentary.
So what sparked your interest, Deirdre, to start Gear Girls, a documentary?
So it was really the research that I did, the disparity amongst young women of color, or African American women going into the STEM fields. For example,
what are STEMs?
Science, technology, engineering, and math.
Okay.
The STEM fields. So in the last 40 years, the amount of white males that have graduated with an advanced degree in physics is around 30,000. Can you guess the amount of African American women?
I'll guess less.
70.
Where's a reaction phase?
Yeah.
So what?
And that's only a small amount.
Yeah,
of
that's a
the
small amount.
statistics that we've come across.
Wow. So
doing
I would
research.
I would say, why research the topic at all? What connection do you have? Or I would say, how did the idea was planted in your brain? Were you thinking, I just want to make a documentary off of anything? Should I just start filming stuff? So I was saying, how did this come to fruition?
Well, one of the really big reasons was the film Hidden Figures. That's coming out in January.
Oh yeah, with Taraji P. Henson in
Yeah,
it.
and that, there's just so many untold stories about these women, the young women we're following.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to do, tell
And
the
that's
untold stories.
But I've always wanted to do a documentary, and I've been mentors for Boys and Girls Club and that type of stuff. So I've always been involved in mentoring young teenage girls as well. But I think these girls are so bright and so passionate about what they do. They've made it to nationals last year in their robotics competition. So their story needs to be told. I think they can inspire the next generation, honestly.
Okay, so what was your connection to the George Carver High School? Did you, you mentioned, you researched them. Did you know about them beforehand, or was research your purely introduction to them?
No.
All right.
I knew nothing. I didn't even know where it was.
All right, so how did you get connected with them? Did you call them up, email, shoot them? So how did that relationship start?
I just emailed them. I found the person who ran the club and just sent him an email and said, this is what I'm interested in doing. Would you be interested in being part of this? And can you ask the girls? And he did, and we met with the principal, and we submitted our purpose of work to the school district.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So I saw the clip that you sent me on the email. It was a little short clip. I'm pretty sure they've been playing it over our conversation. So I was watching it, and these girls are making elaborate robots and stuff. I'm in high school, I was lucky if I just passed chemistry. So I'm saying because I looked it up, that they are a magnet school. So they have, so it's an engineering and science school. So what was it like watching them make their robots and stuff?
It was awesome. They actually last year made it to regional and placed second. And they designed a prosthetic arm that can maneuver underwater. So these girls are phenomenal. And just to be in their company and watching them in their after-school robotics club work was definitely a grand treat for us. And I took it personally as my responsibility as an African American woman to instill what little bit of influence or ignite their passion as much as I can, also being a former educator. And so I really wanted to, show my support.
Okay, because like I was really impressed by it because I looked it up. Like there was a sea perch competition,
Yes.
and that it's like underwater robotics. 'Cause the video you
Yes.
showed me was it's just robots on land, and then I'm finding out they
Right.
can do underwater robots.
That's
Like, do they like do drones as well? Like, is there anything these girls can't do?
There
I'm sure
is,
if we gave them
yeah,
a drone, they could probably
yeah,
do it.
they could do a drone because each of them, even though they're working on something collectively as a team, the Gear Girls, they also have individual projects that they're very much interested in. And Deirdre has been very instrumental in, connecting them with mentors.
Okay.
And I actually reached out to another physics or chemist friend of mine, and she came in and gave them a great session, communication session, and that was inspiring to them as well.
So how did the Gear Girls name start? Like you mentioned, like that was their name beforehand.
Yeah.
Was there any history to how that started?
Actually, they had, they belonged to other clubs within the particular school that they attend, and they were integrated male and female. And so they kind of wanted to start something that was all girls.
All right.
And they wanted it to be something outside of the norm, like scrapbooking or whatever,
I get it.
jewelry making. And they had a passion for science and engineering, technology and math. And so these few girls found other girls that had similar interests and started a club.
That's very interesting. So how was the filming of this documentary going? Like, are you guys like finding out new things about robots you didn't know? Are there like any challenges you faced trying to make it? So how's the process going for filming it?
So we started in September, so it's relatively new, I would say still. It really picks up in January, they start competing.
Okay.
So we can keep you posted on challenges.
Totally.
But it's been fairly, knock on wood. But,
And we're
it's been pretty
following
good.
them, yeah. We're following them all year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Through
So,
their home life and everything. I mean,
Yeah.
these girls take 3 modes of transportation to get to school, an hour and a half each way.
Wow.
So we're following their daily life as well as we want the audience to connect with them on that level, not only.
So you guys are
these
getting a
girls
full
smart.
picture and stuff.
Right.
And
We-
having the experts in the field
to
their
reach out,
interviews,
yeah.
as well, like dispersed throughout the documentary.
All right. Well, I'm sure it's going to be great. So you guys are filming until June, right?
Yes.
All right. And when do you plan to do you have a planned release date or anything? Or
It's going to be a feature, so it might take a little bit to edit.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
we're actually a traveling production team because some of the pioneers within the STEM field are in other states, and we're traveling to interview them. And so we're going to incorporate that, but we didn't want it to be a one-dimensional documentary just about the girls on the school grounds in their club. We wanted to bring the viewers into their lives outside of school, and we wanted to incorporate STEM pioneers so that they could inspire the girls as well.
All right. Well, very fascinating. I look forward to seeing the final product. Thank you so much.